Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Mead, this is Steve, and we are reviewing The Men Who Stare at Goats, starring Ewan McGregor, George Clooney.
It's about a military program to develop psychic soldiers, and it seems to be a comedy, although didn't really find it to be that funny.
It really wasn't funny.
Maybe they spoiled it with the trailer, but I think I laughed once the entire time watching this movie. So it's a comedy that isn't that funny, and it deals with some pretty serious subject matter, in my opinion, and stuff that isn't really that funny, like the trigger-happy private military contractors in Iraq. The Iraq War as a whole is not something to laugh about.
I felt like that one part was actually true fact.
Which one?
Like the scene where the two so-called security companies were shooting at each other.
Companies.
I felt like that happened.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
They were documenting that in the movie.
Yeah, well, they say in the movie that there were only a few people injured, but if it was, to be more accurate, it would be like, oh, they killed a bunch of insurgents. Yeah. Right? Just random people that were there. That would be more accurate. I wouldn't be surprised if they were shooting at each other on accident. Those guys will shoot at anything. So that's not funny. Sorry, but people in Iraq getting butchered by private military companies, not funny.
This involves a military program about psychic spies, or how they use the term a little too much in the movie, which made it pointless. Jedi warrior is what they refer to. You don't necessarily know if this is actually true or not, because they base the movie on true facts, or it's loosely based. And I feel if the military had psychic spies, I think the public would know about it, and maybe there'd be a little less killing going on in so-called Iraq if they had a platoon of psychic warriors, Jedi warriors or whatever. So I think this movie is completely bogus.
I wouldn't be surprised if they experimented with that sort of thing, but I doubt if they had any results. And in that aspect, it's in the movie they didn't get much results either.
Yeah, it was kind of like they pretended to be psychic.
One thing that they did have in this movie that is realistic is I know that they actually do use music to torture people. And they talk about that a little bit. Not a lot, but it's in the movie. And that is something that I believe a lot of musicians suing over their songs being used to torture people. Seriously. Also, I saw in the news this morning that I believe, I haven't heard a lot about this, just barely heard about it. There was a guy just recently who got post-traumatic stress and went on a killing spree on a military base just a couple days ago, and something similar to that. Movie. Yeah, there's a similar scene in the movie of that happening. So I think that's kind of
because
unfortunate.
He drank a water that had LSD in it.
Yeah, but still, it's a guy on a military base who goes berserk and kills people.
So a lot of scenes in this movie do have significance for the real life, is what we're trying to say. Documented
facts. But these are all things that are not things that you joke about.
They tried to make it a comedy. They tried to make this movie a comedy, but they didn't pull it off very well. War isn't funny, basically. People die all the time, and
it isn't even that funny anyway. I mean, they try to make light of the whole Iraq debacle, and it's not even funny. No. So it's just insulting. I think it's just insulting. So
I give this terrible comedy C-.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one a D. It's not so bad that it gets an F, but it's not a good movie. It's not very funny, and the subject matter is not dealt with in a way that I find tasteful.